been a nuclear accident in the Soviet Union, and the Soviets have admitted that it happened.
Similar puzzling reports of high radiation came in from all over Scandinavia.
Chernobyl atomic power station. One of the atomic reactors was damaged. The consequences of the accident are...
The sound you just heard also reached the ears of the people in the city of Pripyat on April 26, 1986. Yes, I am talking about the Chernobyl disaster, an unfortunate event that left a mark in history. Let's examine this incident together. Welcome to Green Podcast. In this episode, we're diving into one of the most impactful events in modern history, the Chernobyl disaster of April 26, 1986. Join us as we unravel the story of this tragic incident that unfolded in the city of Pripyat, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Together, we'll explore the details of this unfortunate event, examining the causes, consequences, and the far-reaching impact on the people, the environment, and the global perspective on nuclear energy. From the ominous sound that foreshadowed the disaster to the long-lasting effects still felt today, we'll navigate through the layers of history, shedding light on the lessons learned and the ongoing relevance of the Chernobyl disaster. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our journey through the annals of history. Let's embark on this exploration together as we unravel the story of Chernobyl and its enduring significance. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant, located near the town of Pripyat in Ukraine, stands as a stark reminder of one of the most catastrophic nuclear disasters in history. Construction of the plant began in the 1970s, emblematic of the Soviet Union's ambitious foray into nuclear energy to meet growing demands. The facility consisted of 4 RBMK 1000 reactors, designed for both electricity production and plutonium generation. Commissioned in the mid-1980s, the Chernobyl plant was considered a technological marvel at the time, showcasing the Soviet Union's prowess in the nuclear sector. However, on April 26, 1986, the world witnessed the unimaginable consequences of a safety test gone awry at the Chernobyl plant's reactor number 4. The ensuing explosion and release of radioactive materials not only claimed lives, but also left a lasting impact on the environment, health, and public perception of nuclear power. This narrative delves into the construction phase of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, tracing its evolution from a symbol of Soviet engineering prowess to a somber landmark in the annals of nuclear history. Through this journey, we aim to understand the events that led to the fateful disaster and the subsequent global implications.
Moscow that people were injured and may have died. The Soviets may have been fairly quick to acknowledge the accident because evidence.
The pivotal moments of the Chernobyl disaster. The Chernobyl disaster unfolded in a series of critical minutes, each marking a transformative turn of events that would shape the course of one of the most devastating nuclear incidents in history. The ill-fated test. The catalyst for the disaster was a safety test scheduled for the night of April 25, 1986, at reactor number 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The objective was to simulate a power outage and test the reactor's ability to maintain cooling systems until backup generators kicked in. However, a series of ill-advised decisions and a flawed reactor design set the stage for catastrophe. The fatal flaw. As the test commenced in the early hours of April 26th, a fatal flaw in the RBMK reactor design became evident. The reactor's instability during low-power conditions, combined with operators' insufficient understanding of the complex control systems, created a recipe for disaster. Attempts to stabilize the reactor led to a drastic reduction in power, exacerbating the critical situation. The violent explosion. At 1:23 a.m., a violent explosion ruptured reactor number 4, releasing a massive amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The explosion not only destroyed the reactor, but also blew off the reactor's concrete lid, exposing the core to the outside world. Unleashing radioactive fallout. The subsequent release of radioactive isotopes, including iodine-131 and cesium-137, had far-reaching consequences. Winds carried the fallout across Europe, contaminating vast areas and necessitating mass evacuations. The radioactive plume even reached as far as Scandinavia and the British Isles. The silent spread of contamination. The insidious nature of radioactive contamination became apparent as it silently infiltrated ecosystems, water sources, and agricultural lands. The long-lasting impact on human health, wildlife, and the environment underscored the global significance of the Chernobyl disaster. In these critical minutes, the convergence of technical shortcomings, human error, and a flawed safety culture led to a disaster that transcended borders, leaving an indelible mark on the history of nuclear energy and its consequences. Impact and consequences of the Chernobyl disaster. The Chernobyl disaster, with its profound and far-reaching consequences, left an indelible mark on the lives of people, the environment, and the economy, creating a complex web of challenges that endured for decades. 1. Human impact. The most immediate and tragic consequence of the Chernobyl disaster was its impact on human health. The release of radioactive particles led to acute radiation sickness among first responders and plant workers. In the years that followed, an increase in thyroid cancers, particularly among children, became evident due to the absorption of radioactive iodine. The psychological toll was substantial, with communities experiencing anxiety, fear, and the long-term psychological effects of displacement. 2. Environmental consequences. The environmental fallout of Chernobyl was extensive. The release of radioactive isotopes contaminated air, water, and soil. The surrounding ecosystem suffered, and wildlife faced mutations and population declines. Even decades later, certain areas remain uninhabitable for humans, serving as a haunting testament to the persistent impact of nuclear disasters on the environment. 3. Economic fallout. The economic consequences were multifaceted. The immediate cost of dealing with the disaster, including containment efforts and medical treatment, strained the Soviet economy. The long-term economic impact manifested through the abandonment of agricultural lands and the displacement of communities, resulting in economic instability for the affected regions. The economic burdens extended beyond borders, affecting neighboring countries due to the transboundary nature of radioactive contamination. And technological reevaluation. The Chernobyl disaster prompted a global reevaluation of nuclear safety standards and reactor designs. It underscored the importance of stringent safety measures, emergency preparedness, and international cooperation in addressing the risks associated with nuclear energy. Lessons learned from Chernobyl influenced subsequent advancements in nuclear technology to prevent similar disasters in the future. In conclusion, the Chernobyl disaster serves as a poignant reminder of the multifaceted and enduring impact of nuclear accidents. Its effects on human health, the environment, and the economy highlight the need for continuous vigilance, improved safety protocols, and international collaboration to ensure the responsible use of nuclear energy and mitigate the consequences of such catastrophic events. In wrapping up our journey through the Chernobyl disaster, its impact echoes through time. This tragic event underscores the importance of careful consideration in the intersection of technology and human decisions, especially in the realm of nuclear energy. From the immediate effects on lives to the lasting environmental consequences, Chernobyl's legacy is a powerful reminder. As we turn the pages of history, let's reflect on the resilience of affected communities and the need for global cooperation in addressing nuclear challenges. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, Subscribe for more historical insights, and remember the lessons of Chernobyl as we shape a responsible future for energy. Thank you for being part of this exploration. Stay curious and stay informed until our next journey.